Welcome back, my friend, to BjjBrick Quick. My name is Byron. This is your quick jiu-jitsu podcast. This week we're talking about pro tips. And sometimes on these podcasts, I try to make them 5 to 8 minutes long. I get sidetracked. And you know what? I'm going to get sidetracked right away because as I closed last time's episode, yesterday's episode, I kind of got caught with something that hit me by surprise. I say, and I'm going to say it at the end of this one because that's kind of what I say. I want you to have a great day, my friend. Last episode I talked about, I want you to focus on performance and not winning. Well, how are you going to have a great day? What part of your performance in your jiu-jitsu or in your day is going to have a great day? Is it going to be seeing your family? Is it going to be eating at a nice restaurant? Is it going to be doing jiu-jitsu? Like, how are you going to have a great day? Are you going to have a great conversation? Listen to a quick podcast, perhaps? I don't know. Maybe get some good news. But what I say at the end of the show, and I'll say it again, like, I hope you have a great day. I do hope you have a great day. But I said that, I'm like, well, that's a hope you win your match thing, not hope you perform well, like I talked about last episode. I hope you do the things that'll likely lead to you having a great day. Now, that's a lame way to close the show. I'm not going to say that. The easiest thing that we do is jiu-jitsu. If you do jiu-jitsu, it's a great day. Guys, let's get back on track. I've already killed almost 2 minutes of the episode. I haven't hit the main topic at all. Pro tip. This will be the fourth pro tip here. We have one more tomorrow. Have a system, not just a collection of moves. So when you're learning jiu-jitsu, you're learning moves. You're learning a scissor sweep. You're learning the hip bump sweep. You're learning a guillotine. You're learning. You like how I change my voice like they're all lame. Those are good techniques. You're learning moves. That's cool. That's how we learn jiu-jitsu. At some point, you need to make these moves into a system that flows together. My favorite person that I enjoyed watching, and I've corresponded with him a lot of times, because he's a nice guy, and I had him on the old podcast with interviews a few times. Bernardo Faria, man, he has a system. He's going to pull guard, deep half. He's going to do a sweep. He's going to sweep you. He's going to sweep you into a guard that he wants to pass already. Like, you want to play spider guard? You don't get to play spider guard against Bernardo. Because he swept you into this crappy formation of a guard that he passes every day. Because his sweep led to that particular guard. There was an extra space. There was an extra movement when he got swept. You're still in his system. He's going to pass that guard, and then he's going to proceed where he wants to go from there. Really beautiful jiu-jitsu. His system started when the ref said go, and he pulled deep half guard. Talking to Bernardo, he's got countless ways to get the deep half guard. You could have mount on Bernardo Faria, and he's got a way to get the deep half. You have him in side control. He could be in. You could be in his guard. Like, no matter what the position is in jiu-jitsu, he's going to find a way to get to that system, and then you're playing his game. You're playing his jiu-jitsu. That's really strategic jiu-jitsu. He doesn't have to learn a whole bunch of, I don't know, X-guard sweep defenses because he's not in X-guard. It's not his system. If his system was stand up and pass the guard, well, then he would have to deal with that. He doesn't enter your guard until he swept you. And it is not a good guard. You don't get to establish one. No, I'm not saying copy his, although you certainly could do worse. That would be he's got. I do like BjJ Fanatics. I have lots of stuff there. Fan of them, fanatic, I would say. But at some point, you need to develop a system of jiu-jitsu that, think of it like a funnel, that no matter where the match is, once it gets into that funnel, it's going to get narrowed down to a certain point. And maybe you have enough time, maybe you don't. But you got to develop a system. You don't just want to throw a barrage of techniques at somebody. Those are the white belt matches. You just watch them, man. They're amazing matches. They're fun to watch. They're fun to cheer on and frustrating the coach because they're just doing things. I'm going to try this pass. I'm going to try that pass. Oh, I passed. I can't believe I passed. Oh, he escaped. Like, it's crazy. Oh, I saw this move the other day. Like, no, be disciplined. Develop a system. Like, take your best few techniques. You need a positional change, so you need a sweep or a takedown in there. You need a couple of submissions. You need a guard pass in there. And how can you link these things together to where you go from one to the other one? If you're like me, I like to pass into a half guard, passing on the right-hand side. That leads right into my guillotine. I will start my guillotine before I have passed the half guard. And when they go to defend their neck, the pass is easy. Then I can go to mount, finish the guillotine. All that from me passing into half guard on the right-hand side. It's a bit of a system. It's no world championship Bernardo Freire passing system, but but I'm not just looking for a mounted guillotine. I could find that if I'm in mount, I find it. If I'm in half guard, I find it. If I'm in guard, I'll find the half guard. I'll find the guillotine. I'll find the setup. I'll get the pass. It sounds like we're adding the thing that the beginners look at this like, you're doing so many techniques to get to the end technique. No, it's a funnel to get to the end technique. The more ways I have to get to that funnel, the better. Like I mentioned, I think in the beginner tip, maybe advanced tip, that I do a leg drag pass. I don't have a good guillotine attack for my leg drag pass, but man, if I did, I would be good at jiu-jitsu that day. No, I'm never good at jiu-jitsu, but that would be a great addition because I like that guard pass. I'm good at it. I could get to that guard pass from. It's almost a position for me, not just a guard pass, but if I could link that with some of my stronger submissions, I link it with getting the back is what I attempt to do, which is also nice. But the more techniques that you are good at that link together, that you can link together, the better. The more it becomes a system. When you first learn jiu-jitsu, they teach you moves. When you start to link your moves together yourself, it's more of an art form. Have a little finesse. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If you want to support us, go to Patreon. Support us there. Really appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great day, my friend. Do the things that take to make a great day. Probably jiu-jitsu was on the list, hopefully. And stay sweaty, my friend.